Hello and welcome to the morning sports briefing here on New Zealand Sports Radio. Sorry, I had a little problem there with being live on Twitter, but hopefully that has now joined us as well. That's right. You can join us live at 7 a.m. every single morning on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, or you can listen to the podcast. Just download it onto your phone on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. All of those are wonderful places. Anyway, hi, I'm Paul, and in the news this morning, we will be covering off on the cricket. Yes, the India versus England Test match came to a completion yesterday. We'll also be looking at the games from the NBA and bring up to speed what's happening in the NBL, as well as the A-League. Keeping over there in Australia, where most of the action happens to be at the moment, we'll also stop in and look at the Australian Open as well. This is your best way to start the day up to speed with all of the important sports news. Actually, we'll kick off with rugby, and Neil Barnes, the assistant coach of the Chiefs, has been appointed the new head coach of Taranaki Rugby. He will be heading over there after the Chiefs Super Rugby season, but we'll be working closely with those players in the meanwhile when he can. So good appointment there for Taranaki. We talked about that on the Driving Maul show last night. Again, you can listen to that recording either as a video or as a podcast where we went through the Six Nations, and also look forward to Super Rugby as well. So you can catch that as a recording. Moving on then to the cricket, and yes, the first Test match between England and India came to a close. England set India a target of 420 in their final innings, and once they got Gill out at 3 for 92, England managed to wrap up the India's second innings for 192 runs. Gill with 50 there, and Kohli top scored with 72, and no one else got past 20 as India looked to save that game. For England, Jack Leach took 4 wickets, and James Anderson took 3 in that one. Give you an idea as to the type of wickets. Jack Leach is a spin bowler, and he opened the bowling for England there. Man of the match, or player of the match, sorry, was Joe Root with his double century in the first innings. So that means England take a 1-0 lead in the Test series over there in India. Other international action that gets away tomorrow. We see Bangladesh versus the West Indies in their second Test match, and also Pakistan will take on South Africa in their first T20, having wrapped up that Test series 2-0 for Pakistan. Also in cricket, tomorrow we have got the Super Smash Elimination Finals. First off, both of them up at Eden Park. First off, Central District Stags will take on Canterbury Kings, and that'll start at midday, followed by the Auckland Hearts taking on the Wellington Blaze, starting at 4:10 in the evening. I'm hoping to get up there for those games. So keep it right here at New Zealand Sports Radio for coverage of the Super Smash there. Moving on to the basketball, and in the NBA, we had 8 games yesterday. 2 results spring out there. The Bucks had a comeback win to win 125 to 112 over the Nuggets, and the Lakers were pushed all the way by the Thunder, winning 119 to 112 in overtime there, with the LeBron James scoring 28 points and having 14 rebounds, double-double, leading the way there for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma came off the bench to have 10 rebounds and 11 points for a double-double as well. For the Thunder, they were led by Julianus Alexander with 29 points. Again, a couple of double-doubles there. One for Beasley, 16 rebounds and 21 points, and one for Delano, 11 rebounds and 20 points there. Today, we have another 7 games with the Pelicans taking on the Rockets at 1:30 New Zealand time. Another pick of the games, though, looks like the Jazz versus the Celtics at 4 p.m. The Jazz still top of that Western Conference, ahead of the Lakers by just 1 game at the moment. The Clippers and Suns further back. On the Eastern Conference side, the 76ers still just clear of the Bucks, Nets, and Celtics in that one. Over to Australia now, and in the NBL, we had no games yesterday, but today the Hawks will take on Melbourne United. That starts at 9:30 this evening. A top of the table clash. Melbourne United currently top, Hawks in second place. So can the Hawks give Melbourne United their first defeat of the season? We'll have to see on that one. But a cracking game there over in the ANBL in Australia. Looking at the A-League, and yesterday we had Brisbane Roar taking on Macarthur FC, and Macarthur FC won that one 2-0, going great guns in their first season in the A-League to climb up to 3rd in the table, just behind Brisbane Roar, who are 2nd. Central Coast Mariners remain top on 15 points. Today, we'll see Western Sydney Wanderers take on Melbourne Victory. The Melbourne Victory, bottom of the table there. So Western Sydney Wanderers will be looking at improving their position. Currently, they're 6th in the table in that game. Moving over to the tennis, and on the women's side of things, Barty, the number 1 seed, came through in perfect fashion, winning 6-0, 6-0 to go through to the second round. Also, the reigning champion, Kenin, got through 7-5, 6-4. So she was made to fight a lot harder to get through to the second round there. We have already lost our first seed, though, as qualifier. Yuavan beat the 13th seed, Conta, 4-6, 2-0, as the 13th seed had to retire in that one. Over on the men's side of the draw, and we already knew that Djokovic was through in that one. Coming further down the draw, though, we haven't got. Just checking that we hadn't had a second round game for Djokovic there. Coming down, Rublev, the 7th seed, came through 6-3, 6-3, 6-4 in that one. And O'Connell, the wild card, did well to come through 7-6, 7-6, 6-1. So here we get lots of support over there in Australia. Not the only wild card to get through. The Poppy Ruin came through 3-6, 6-4, 6-7, 7-6, 6-3. A 5-setter there in that one as well. So have been some good matches taking place in there. Nadal came through as well, 6-3, 6-4, 6-1. He will be taking on the qualifier, one more from the USA in the next round there. You have now started the day the best way. Up with all of the important sports news. Have a fantastic day, everybody. I am looking forward to this Sunday getting out to the jet sprints as they have their warm-up ahead of the third race of the season coming up in 2 weekends' time, which I will be at. Hopefully, I'll be getting into a boat this Sunday and I'll hopefully looking to buy a GoPro tomorrow to video that, so you can see me zooming around the course in a jet sprint boat. So looking forward to that, folks. Hope you all are having a wonderful week, and catch you tomorrow at 7 a.m. for the morning sports briefing.